Why, hello there, fellow Battlefront fans. Hope you're all doing well, and I'm back again talking about Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection, which of course is launching this month on March 14th, which is only 9 days away as of this video. So hit that like button if you are as excited as I am, because yes, we will be playing full multiplayer in this game. It's releasing on all platforms with full multiplayer support, so this is a big deal, and I can feel the excitement in the community. And today, I've got a lot to talk about in this video, including the fact that a user spotted that the Battlefront Classic Collection engine appears to have been upgraded according to its Steam page. What could this mean for the future of the Classic Collection? Well, we're going to dive into that. And then also some very, very good news for the Classic Collection that could indicate a very bright future for the Battlefront franchise. I'm going to talk about that as well. And then Aspyr, who of course is the developer who is behind the Battlefront Classic Collection, responded about some controversy regarding the mod that was spotted in the trailer. And then they also officially responded about Crossplay and if that will be featured in the Classic Collection or not. So let's go over all this stuff in this video and get started, shall we? So we're going to start off, first of all, with this post that was posted by a member by the name of ZPasteYT. They said, Battlefront Collection 64-bit requirement, something everybody should maybe be excited about. If you check out the Steam page, you can see that the minimum system requirements state that a 64-bit operating system is required. Assuming that this wasn't written in error, it would imply that there has been an upgrade to the game's engine. This upgrade would enable a plethora of things, but I think that the key takeaways are as follows: better stability, ability to add more mods, higher quality mods, potential mod.io support as per the end user license agreement page. And then they go on to say, if the engine has actually been upgraded to native 64-bit, this would even enable modders to rip the assets from DICE's rendition on the series or create entire new game modes. Please let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear what other members of the community think. So this is a very good point brought up by ZPaste right here. So let me know what you think about this. Do you think the 64-bit requirement is blown out of proportion on this? I think this could indeed indicate a lot of mod support for the Battlefront Classic Collection, especially since the Steam's end user license agreement page also mentions mod.io support as well. The other big question, of course, with this is, will this mod support carry over to consoles as well? So for instance, if like a PC player were to mod the PC version, would these mods be playable on the console version as well? Well, mod.io, I believe that this is indeed possible, but we will have to see if Aspyr, makes an official announcement on this in the future. I'm guessing they're waiting to see the popularity on the Battlefront Classic Collection first, which is what I'm going to talk about right now, because yes, there is very, very good news about this. According to the PlayStation 5 pre-order page, the Battlefront Classic Collection has risen to the number 2 spot for most pre-ordered games. This means that the Battlefront Classic Collection has actually surpassed Shadow of the Erdtree. So this is huge news, and looks like it could mean that the Battlefront Classic Collection is going to sell very well on the PlayStation 5, and I'm also guessing that this could also indicate very good sales for the Xbox Series X, and of course, hopefully PC as well. Now, will this mean we will get a Battlefront 3 in the future? I do believe that this is the case. I do think that if the Battlefront Classic Collection sells very well, that we will see a Battlefront 3 eventually announced in the future. And this all leads to the question of, will they ever bring back Free Radicals version of Star Wars Battlefront 3. The Battlefront 3 we never got to see, the Battlefront 3 that was canceled a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So what do you think? Do you think they'll bring back Free Radicals version of Battlefront 3? I think if they ever did that, they would want to, include all of the stuff they were originally planning on, but make it even better because, of course, I'm sure there's a lot of improvements they could do upon Free Radicals version of Battlefront 3. And, I wouldn't be surprised if they would include a mode similar to Helldivers mode, because Helldivers 2 right now is taking off big time, and I think this mode would make for an awesome Galactic Conquest mode, but an online version of it for a Battlefront 3 game. So I think that'd be awesome to see. Also, let's talk about crossplay with the Battlefront Classic Collection. This was posted by It's Maverick1357 on Reddit. They said crossplay officially not happening. I put a ticket with Aspire, and this was the response. So Aspire responded, said, "Thank you for reaching out to Aspire support. Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection will not feature cross-platform multiplayer. Cross-generation multiplayer will be supported, meaning PS4 and PS5 players can play multiplayer together, but will not be able to join or play with Xbox players and vice versa. Apologies for any inconvenience this may cause." So that's the official response from Aspire support, but they didn't indicate if they're going to upgrade it in the future to include cross-platform support. And I really hope that Aspire can somehow find a way to upgrade this game to include cross-platform multiplayer. I think it is a key feature that really needs to be added to the Battlefront Classic Collection, because it is a bummer that I cannot play with players on Xbox if I'm on PlayStation 5 or vice versa, or if I'm on PC. I would love to play with console players as well. So this is definitely a bummer. Also, Aspire has responded about the controversy surrounding a mod that was shown in the actual Battlefront Classic Collection trailer, and the mod was Ventress, of course. So a modder noticed that Ventress didn't look quite right in the Battlefront Classic Collection trailer, and they noticed it was indeed their mod. So this was the response from Aspire, according to IGN. So they said, "We'd like to thank the passionate Star Wars Battlefront community for bringing this to our attention. When capturing placeholder footage for our announcement last fall, we mistakenly included content that is not in the product, and that mistake made it into the final cut. The upcoming release of Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection does not include any code or content that is taken from the uncredited sources." End quote. So this is good news, and it's good that Aspire actually responded to the community. So hats off to them for their good communication with the community. Also, BitReactor, the development team behind the upcoming Star Wars strategy game, responded about the cancellation of Respawn's first-person shooter. Now, you're probably asking, why would BitReactor, a developer who is working on a totally separate Star Wars strategy game, respond about Respawn's canceled first-person shooter? Well, the reason why is because BitReactor is working with Respawn on the upcoming Star Wars strategy game. And this is what BitReactor had to say. They said, "Last week was difficult for the industry, and more so because of our strong relationships within the other teams at Respawn. But for those asking, we are still hard at work, and our game was unaffected by last week's news." So yes, while it is very unfortunate and sad that the Respawn first-person shooter was canceled, at least BitReactor's strategy game is still in development. I, for one, absolutely love strategy games. I used to play StarCraft, Age of Empires, Rise of Nations, you name it. I used to play all of these games in the past, and I'm really looking forward to BitReactor's strategy game. Now, when it comes to Respawn's first-person shooter, it's inexcusable that they canceled that game. It's unacceptable that they canceled that Star Wars game. I don't understand why they did it. From what I gather from the intel that I know about, EA, had massive billion-dollar profits last year, so there's no reason why they would cancel an entire Star Wars first-person shooter, especially from Respawn, who is a AAA studio. I mean, Respawn, they're not a small studio. They are very successful, and it's shocking to me that EA would even consider canceling such a game from Respawn. So yes, I am still very angry over that cancellation. A lot of people are. I still see people talking about it on Twitter, and we're going to see people talking about it for years and years to come. This is not going to go away anytime soon. So I don't know how EA is going to right this wrong, but this is yet another wrong that they need to right. I don't understand how EA thinks that this is going to help their image, because it does not. Because right now, I am not thinking highly of EA at all. So anyway, with that rant out of the way, I also wanted to talk about some of the top comments and some of the things people are talking about with the Battlefront Classic Collection. This was posted by Blood Tapes on Reddit. They said, as someone who hasn't played the old Battlefronts but love the new ones, do you think they will still be enjoyable for new players with the old gameplay / graphics? So they're kind of concerned about the graphics in the Classic Collection. And I totally get this. The good news is that the graphics have been upscaled, for the PC, for the consoles and all of that. So we are getting upscaled textures, upscaled graphics. So that's good news. But as you can tell from the Battlefront Classic Collection trailer, this is not a full-blown remaster, obviously, right? So I think that leads us to the next question, which is, should they upgrade the graphics of the Classic Collection to something even better? And I think that would be awesome to see in the future. Imagine them revamping the graphics completely for the Classic Collection in an upcoming update. Personally, I think that'd be awesome to see. Will they do it? I don't think so. I think that Lucasfilm Games will focus their attention on a brand new Battlefront 3 game and focus on building brand new next-gen graphics with that instead of upgrading the Classic Collection's graphics. That's just my opinion, but it would be cool to see the graphics upgraded in the future. And I will say this, if they ever did upgrade the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection graphics to something even better, I still would want the option to switch back and forth between the classic graphics for nostalgia purposes. I would still want to go back and see these classic graphics because it just reminds me of my childhood. It brings me back to being a kid playing this game with my brothers for hours and hours on end because, again, this was one of my all-time favorite games that I would play when I was a kid. And seeing these graphics again like this, it just brings back these childhood memories, brings back these good feelings that I have from when I was a kid playing this game. So that would be a cool option to switch back and forth between upgraded graphics and the classic nostalgic graphics that we're getting here in the Classic Collection. But that's going to do it for the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. I'm going to be covering the Classic Collection here on the channel, of course, which is releasing on March 14th for all platforms with full online multiplayer support. So I will see you there, and keep it right here at the channel by hitting that subscribe button and hit the like button once more if you enjoyed the video. I will see you all next time, and may the Force be with you always.